guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm member for Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back with you guys with The Last Kingdom, episode 8 of season 5.
More tears. That's been 4 episodes in a row now, and yeah, I don't have much faith for the last one, so...
Fucking hell.
So Brida is dead. Last episode, Uthred went to meet her and they fought, and it was kind of beautiful. Like, we were reminded of what they used to be. And,
where it all began, yeah.
And he forgave her, and she insisted, but eventually he made her realize that, you know, he could help her find the old Brida again.
Yeah.
And then Stiorra killed her. It was surprising. It was really sad. We expected her to die, but not like this, and not after all of that. But yeah, I mean, it makes sense because if someone, you know, really wronged Stiorra, it was Brida in this season, especially because all of what Brida did led to Sigtryggr's death too, so that's bad. So yeah, that happened. Aside from that, Aethelflaed has been captured and she's been taken to BEBBANBURG, where she will be expected to marry the King of the Scots. Forced to marry the King of the Scots, who listened to Aethelhelm, who said, you know, we'll offer you Elswyn, and you'll get money, you know, half the profits from Mercia, and if you help me basically take out Edward and we put my grandson on the throne. Grandson who's found out that his dad is expecting a baby with his new wife because he married her, and he blamed his dad for replacing his mom really quickly and then maybe replacing him with another baby. So he's pissed and he wants to go to his grandfather.
Basically, it's a shit show. Oh man.
We have been crying for the last 4 episodes. Can we have a reprieve?
We can't. It's the finale. Soon.
We will see. Yeah, let's jump in this episode and see what happens next. I don't know what they do. I mean, we have a war to fight.
Who's left? Who's left that we care about?
Too many characters. So yeah, let's see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know or see, you know, when these episodes come out, and check out our Patreon if you want to get more and get the full reactions to these episodes.
In the meantime, let's go.
So much depth for him recently.
What are you doing here?
Oh, fuck.
Don't have to
Do
be
not
hunted.
be hunted by her death, please.
It's too much.
I will see you in Valhalla. Stiorra!
She stayed long enough for him to, you know.
Stiorra, please come with me. We can go home.
You have no hope.
Girl.
Nothing to offer me. No one has felt pain like I have endured. Not yet.
Have you seen the previous season? How many fucking wives has he lost?
We
Too
journey
many.
our losses, but we journey onward.
I will journey onward, yes. But not with you.
Why do you blame him?
That is not what the gods want.
I no longer believe in destiny.
But it is all. Girl, this is
How
it
do
is
you
all.
say that destiny is not all?
Amen. She's grieving.
You've always spoken as though every action is part of some plan. Everything you have done has been excused because it was not your choice.
This is not true.
You chose them over your family and called it fate. What your destiny has brought me is pain and grief.
It's brought him
So now
pain
my
and
choice
grief
is to turn
too.
my back on you.
Oh.
Maybe the whole character development is gonna lead to him be like, destiny is not all. He's been saying that for all of the episodes. And now she's questioning it and stuff. Maybe he's gonna start being like, well, you know what? It's not about destiny, it's about what I do in my choices. That'd be crazy. I think he's been saying destiny is all and, you know, putting it on destiny and stuff because it's easier for him to deal with the choices he's made.
When he first started with Alfred, he was put between a wall and a hard place.
He's always been saying it wasn't really his fault, it wasn't really his choice. She has a point in that. It's true that, you know, the blame is never on him because he doesn't have a choice, you know? But he's been having the choice. So maybe if he understands that, character growth.
Beloved child of my child, at last we're reunited.
Grandfather, my daddy betrayed me.
You've been told my mother's death. Of course.
If you knew it was his fault, man.
My father is already remarried. The new queen is with child. My worst fears come to pass.
See? When I said that what he says, you know, twists the things in his mind.
I imagine imagine. Your mother's
You
death
bitch.
was on his command.
No, it was the Danes.
He knows.
It was
They may not
your
have loved as
fault
we did, but
Can someone tell him the truth?
that he was responsible.
They didn't want to break his heart, but now he's fucking dealing with this. Now he's not telling him the truth because he fears, you know, the consequences, but...
Welcome to BEBBANBURG.
Now come. Tonight we celebrate your arrival.
Do the right thing. You know, right? He knows the truth.
I think so, yeah.
Drink well. Feast well all. Great energy will be required for the times
He's
ahead.
a guest! He's a guest!
I know. But he's in control.
That is so insulting!
How are we to proceed?
King Constantine of Scotland travels here to be married to Lady Alfred.
I will not want it to be forced.
She will understand that it is for the best, my boy.
It will provoke your father to war.
I thought you said we could do this without bloodshed.
Not war. Confrontation, which we will win.
Confrontation.
Spilled some.
Listen and do something about this, please.
We will present the king with our superior strength, and he will concede defeat. You will be declared the next king.
Or your father will be killed.
Tell him every details, please.
I am a man of peace.
Of course.
All I do is for the good of the Saxons.
Tell that to the Danes of Rumcofa killed on your order.
Ah,
Thank
spill
you.
the tea.
I mean, maybe he doesn't know the whole truth, but he knows enough.
Perhaps there are some wise words in the book about the sort of man I am. You do not know me as you think.
I think he knows you enough, man.
He's threatening him. That's the thing. Like you better not say shit because he's got a power. Like, he's got a hold over him. But yeah, now he knows. You fucking go because you're in danger, and you go tell whoever needs to hear. Uthred and Edward, give us a reason to come back.
The ingratitude. How could the boy be so foolish?
He's
He
hurt.
is still in grief for his mother, and our marriage was quite hasty.
I'm wounded by his betrayal.
As you should be.
I thought I had more mastery of things, but now I find myself reacting yet again to Aethelhelm's provocation, unable to gain the momentum.
True, but at least you understand.
The momentum brought you Ephewich, and your boldness against Sigtrygr won you a kingdom that eluded your father.
And whose arrangements? Aethelhelm's. All of it. Why does it occur?
Destiny.
In unreasonable hate. Perhaps God tests me. Or perhaps the devil tempts me to overplay my hand. This humiliation by my son.
He still cares enough not to want you to die.
You need to talk to
It is a
him.
moment that challenges my pride, and I must think clearly.
Breathe. And actually, she's got great advice. Listen to her.
Perhaps I should accept Alfred as forfeit and allow him to range like a fugitive with Aethelhelm.
You're doing exactly what he fears, though. You're playing the narrative.
I ignore provocation, fortify enough to rebuff them, but do not chase them down and walk into a trap. Am I foolish? Is that the devil's cause?
To be in power is way too stressful.
Well, I would say it is a wise strategy to settle for these gains. You control 3 of the 4 kingdoms. Our son can fight for the last.
It is time we go back to the peace of Rumcofa. Our families have fled to Wessex, Lord. They have settled, they are waiting for us. Our lives in Rumcofa are destroyed. Ethelstan, you loved it there.
I did.
Yeah, after what they saw.
I do wish to be alongside you.
I want you
but
there.
I also wish to serve my father.
They're sitting up on
He's
their
loyalty,
own.
and I
I
need
understand. You'll come visit us, I'm sure.
They're not going.
We are brothers for life. Our time in Rumcofa has passed. There are too many things there to remind us of what we have lost. But we cannot roam forever. I've lost Stiorra until I can offer her hope. I need you to agree.
They want to convince him to leave, but like he is the lord of the place. Like,
Rumcofa will follow you. But I ask,
okay.
is there another path?
BEBBANBURG. Dude,
But
it's your dream.
with what army, though?
He can find some help.
Alfred was captured on the road.
By who?
We suspect an association with Lord Aethelhelm.
Him again. You have to play.
Send a command to search for her now.
Well-
She is your blood, and she is in danger.
It's not as
And that is to
easy.
say, why do you hesitate?
I'm not hesitating! I'm simply not rushing blindly to action. We do not even know where he is, so allow me to follow what I know to be the right path.
That's not dumb. That's actually not bad. You can't rush this.
Oh, you have not had the chance to meet properly.
Oh, by the way, she's my wife.
Mother, this is your...
I will not acknowledge whichever harlot you've decided to bed.
I was going to say this is your new queen. Yagafu and I are wed. She's with child.
Hello. He's just fuck. It was to hurt his mom. It's an insult, but
A baby will be a blessing. Thank you. I would kneel, but my bones are stiff from
No, I quite understand. You are no longer young in
from
this.
slaughtering a man with my bare hands. I drove a knife through his neck.
I told you she was excited about
I was
this.
not wearing gloves.
She's so proud of it.
Let's go. Don't crush me. Don't crush me.
You have silver. You could easily buy the men to find her.
Silver for the honor of saving the blood of Alfred.
I merely
Men should be paying me for the privilege of fighting in her name.
It doesn't work this way.
As ever, the Lord provides.
Uthred.
Well, it is the child of his
Lover.
lost beloved.
And he doesn't know it yet, but it's also BEBBANBURG.
I have spoken with your men. They say you are returning to Rumcofa.
I am.
He wants peace.
Can I change your mind?
Maybe.
Alfwin has been taken by Aethelhelm. The king is reluctant to act. So Lady Elswith and I were wondering if perhaps you might gather your men.
Edith.
You swore to protect her.
I cannot give myself to others when my daughter needs me.
I've tried to persuade her to buy men, but she will not.
The
She's...
king should look to his duty. Not me, not you, the king.
The king is deaf to it.
He's just being cautious, guys.
Sorry, I have to take care of my daughter.
Find
all
someone
know-
else to do your bidding.
We all know he's gonna do it anyway, but still.
In time, the king will come to his senses.
Ah, there you go.
Trust that I have my reasons.
Your reasons are about to change.
Lord Aethelhelm is fomenting rebellion.
We know this. He will be stopped.
I'm not so certain. He has the Scottish army on his side.
Yep.
He
And he knows where he
alliance
is.
with Constantine, and has offered him the hand of Lady Elfwin.
Now, where is she?
Where will we find him?
Look at Uthred turn around.
Name of BEBBANBURG.
What? No,
Well, fuck. On your purpose.
Destiny is fucking all. There you go. That's your sign.
I can give BEBBANBURG to Stiorra. And with Marcia's men, you can take it all.
I did not.
What is it that you want of me?
Well,
For you to go home.
Or is this you at prayer?
Aethelhelm has joined with the Scots to take Northumbria, and he's launching his rebellion from BEBBANBURG.
fate and
Destiny.
the irony.
That is a strange twist of fate.
I agree.
My gods are doing it to taunt me.
Why would they do that? What have you done?
Well, that I never understand. All I know is that for most of my life I've given my sword to Wessex and it drew me away from my family. Now they offer this.
Perhaps there is design in this that is benevolent. Then perhaps you are not meant to choose between your fate and Alfred's ambition. Perhaps you are meant to serve both.
For once, everything aligns. Helping them, helping your family.
You retake BEBBANBURG and ensure Northumbria does not fall to the Scots. In that act, you find a home for your bloodline.
Yeah.
Like I said, all of your interests align. For
It
once.
is my destiny to making Uthred.
Maybe. Be the main character.
When Father Beocca was taken,
It was a sign that Beocca believed in your mission. But perhaps you were not ready.
I felt
I
as
love
ready
you,
then as I
man.
feel
You
now.
rushed things, maybe.
If I fail again,
And what if you don't? So my advice would be, believe my God is on your side.
there is no God. Only the gods.
I love them so much.
Thank you for your kindness.
You have a great opportunity to get what you want. Everything aligns. It's like, take it as a sign.
We are returning to Wessex.
Listen to me. I know how to end this. Father Benedict told us of their plan. We have a moment to strike whilst they're unprepared.
We leave immediately. We cut off Constantine before he even reaches Bebbanburg.
Aethelhelm would be without allies at Bebbanburg. There would be no match for the Mercian army.
We are in a hurry.
But what will stop Constantine from making another incursion in years to come? You fortify the lands north of Bebbanburg and I hold them for you.
Yeah,
There you go.
give me Bebbanburg, bitch!
That's what he wants.
It's been 40
Hold
years.
Bebbanburg just as you always wanted.
Well,
And you hold it alone.
Not alone.
they're in.
I'm going to make Constantine an offer in exchange for Aethelhelm's head. He is the greater threat to our kingdom. Northumbria is a land much disputed between us and the Scots. We will divide Northumbria in two to create an area of fortification around the Scottish border.
You would split Northumbria?
The lands around Bebbanburg fall to the Scots, and Aethelhelm is disposed of.
If Northumbria is divided, you forfeit any chance to create the kingdom your father hoped for.
Yes, but in return, I will bring peace to land larger and more unified than he ever achieved.
Your choice has no honor.
No honor. To forego my chance to unify all of these lands for the sake of my people.
We kind of talked about
Put aside
this.
my father's dream that
Lord King, this is callous.
Oh.
To Elfwin and to all those in Northumbria who are Saxon. Aethelflaed would listen to Uhtred now, and I gave your sister my word that I would keep Elfwin safe. I will not sacrifice her as you do now, and nor will the Mercian army.
Oh.
Oh, that is a betrayal to Edward, though.
Yes, yes.
I stand with Uhtred.
not only Lord Aethelhelm seeks to rebel.
With respect, Lord King, it is not only Lord Oldham who believes you to be wrong.
Everyone's gonna stand with Uthred for once.
Oh,
There are good people in Northumbria. They are your people. You owe them your protection. We stand with Uhtred.
Oh, shit.
It is not that you are wrong.
Yeah.
It is that you are simply mistaken on this occasion.
I agree.
I would urge you to follow the counsel.
Finally! Someone says it!
Trusted his
Oh,
judgment.
man.
Oh, it's been a long time coming! Keep going!
Thank you, Lydia, as well.
Oh my god, keep going!
Do not...
Wait.
Do not hang them for treason.
No, he's not, but...
Aethelstone, my boy, what do you say?
Oh,
it's like his dad did!
Both sides.
just like his father did, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say, Aethelstone?
Oh my god, that's beautiful!
Our faith teaches us to speak the truth, teaches us to seek peace, and that all Christians must unite, to abandon those in your kingdom. That is not unity. I will follow Lord Uhtred.
Oh, let's go!
It is not disloyalty, Edward.
Do you see yourself in this, man? This is the
Not sure things are
same!
going your way, Lord King.
No, Finan.
Your dad did the same with you, boy!
Oh, fucking no,
Don't
don't cut him, please.
Come on!
I will brook no more defiance.
It is not defiance. What sort of?
Edward!
I'm a just king, but think on those who I have crushed. Think on the Elderman. Think of Sigtryggr.
Dude, we were so
They are
happy!
thinking about your people, man.
We were so happy, don't mess this up!
The gates will be closed to all.
No, fuck you!
No one will leave on penalty of execution.
Oh, fuck off! No!
Edward.
Then the Mercian Guard will be ordered to ram the gate down.
You can try to fight us, Lord King, but we will fight back. So you can join our mission or you can flounder here. But we will be gone by sunrise. Choose!
Edward, you're ready. No! Seriously,
Oh, God
guys.
damn it!
Is it just me? Or does his eyes seem to be dead?
Yes,
Like,
a little bit.
Has he lost the will to his passion to do something?
No, weirdly
Because-
enough, he reminds me of his father. But okay, I'm not crazy. Alfred once was also making the bad decision, and he turned to Edward and was like, "What do you say? What should we do?" And it was a test.
Yeah.
It was the same fucking thing. But when Edward was like, you know, I'd rather do that, you know, follow Uthred and stuff. I think, if I remember correctly, didn't Alfred choose not to do it again? And it ended up to be like, we saw it as a test of Edward.
I know that the test was to go attack the fortified city.
Or not, and the thing is, Edward took command and he betrayed. No, he did not betray, but he went against his dad and he took command of the army and he went for it.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. So the end here freaked me out, but everything before that is the same shit.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful.
Yes, there is a chance that Edward does see Aethelstan as maybe the next king. Like, is Aethelhelm?
He did just like Alfred, and then he ruined it.
Yeah. But something died in Edward.
I don't think
Is it all the betrayal and the fact that people are kept going against his decision?
I think it's not that something died. I think it's because he's so afraid of being a fool and, you know, doing what his father-in-law expects of him. So he'd rather put his emotions aside. Like, that's the worst. Like, I agree with Ellsworth that he's not mistaken. Like, what he's saying is not wrong. We did say that when you're a leader, the best thing you have to do is put your emotions aside and make the choice for your people. That's kind of what he's doing, putting his emotions aside, not reacting to the insult and stuff, like, and trying to make peace as much as possible. But he is, to do that, he is also kind of abandoning part of his people. So that's why I disagree, even though we said that that's kind of how a leader should be. So he is being a good leader, but the decision he's making, unfortunately, is not the best one, considering it would mean sacrificing part of his kingdom. So you decide to be a king of everyone, you have to be a king of everyone, even if it means sometimes making the hard decision. I would say he's in a place right now where there's no good or bad decision, because yes, if he does what they want, it will lead to death, it will lead to the possibility of a trap. What he doesn't seem to understand, though, is that there are 10 steps ahead in BEBBANBURG and with the Scots and stuff. Like, they've been planning, they've been preparing, they've got ambition. They're not going to settle. The plan is in motion. He's trying not to fall into it and not to play the game, but they are playing without him. And so I like that he's being cautious, but now that he's got all of this information, it's time to act. They are right. It's time to do something, and to still be cautious once you know everything. In this case, is bad because it lets them gather everything. Like, if we didn't know what they were doing, I would be like, well, yeah, taking your time and stuff is best because you don't want to fall into a trap. But we know they're not waiting.
You know what it reminds me of? Do you remember when Uthred and Aethelflaed wanted to gather their army to defeat the enemy, and Edward took so much time that he arrived late and he basically looked like a fool, right?
Yeah, I remember.
There's a thing that with being cautious, and there's another thing with being over cautious, like too much cautious about something.
To be fair, he has always had this problem of overthinking and questioning his decisions. Like, he always is trying to. I think it's because of his dad and all the pressure he put on his shoulders, unfortunately. Like, I love Alfred, but he did he has a great reputation. He was a great king, like, he was a big character. He had all these visions for the future, and he put so much on his son's shoulders. I feel like Edward has always struggled with being the next one. Like, he has to pay tribute to his dad. He's gotta, make his dream come true. Like, there's so much that he has to do, and that's why he always overthinks things, because he doesn't want to be seen as a fool. He doesn't want people to prove him wrong or prove his dad wrong or right.
He doesn't want to bring shame to his father's legacy.
Yeah,
something like
that's the thing. Like, his dad was so much, and to be the one after that is always going to be intense. So that's why, like, like I said, we've never really agreed with him in everything he's done. And recently I've been loving the questioning, and, like, he's been asking the right questions, making the right decisions. But the thing is, now his character is in the way. Like, the fact that he's got all the information, now it's time to act. You also got to listen to your advisors, and they're all telling you, like, everyone's siding with Uhtred, by the way, was so good.
Finally!
Yeah, it's been too long. And back in the day, there was a time where Edward was also on his side, and he used to be like Aethelstan, like, questioning his dad and doing the right thing, and it led to victory. So I was so happy to see that.
But that's the thing when you're in position of power, and you have this burden on your shoulder.
Well, now he understands his father a lot more.
Yeah, because back in those days, it was just the Aethelhelm, like the next in line.
I know.
So it didn't have that pressure. It just have this dream to do great stuff, to make his father proud, and to be good to the people.
Like now, if they fail or if people die, it's on him.
Yeah.
So I understand why he's hesitant. I get Elswith, you know, her motive of wanting to act right away. She's
not a little bit impulsive though.
She's impulsive. That's the thing. That's why I'm like, when she brought her reasons and they did not have all the information, I was like, she's been driven by emotions because all she thinks about is family. So it's a noble reason, but it's not safe. You cannot respond with emotion or act hard.
Act rashly.
Rashly. Yeah. You can't do that if you don't have all the cards. So I was like, okay, Edward is right to be wary. And then, you've got Aldham who wants to fight for Mercia and stuff and protect Mercia. Like it's his own desires that pushes him. And he did stay behind with Edward when his needs and his desires became entwined with that of Edward. As soon as Edward goes one way and his interest goes the other, he lets go of Edward. Like, he's also driven by personal, emotions and his love for Aethelflaed and stuff. When it comes to Uhtred, it's the same thing. He's driven with his family's, his need to put his family safely somewhere where he thinks they'll have a future. It's BEBBANBURG, like it's what he's been wanting.
It all comes back to BEBBANBURG.
But then at the same time, like, Uhtred has also always fought for the Saxons ever since the beginning of the beginning of the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like it's what he does. It's people are asking that of him. He did promise. Like, it's all personal. So it's one thing if one of them goes to Edward and say, like, I want to do that. Like, they are driven by personal beliefs. But when all of them,
like, if one person says something, that's the thing. Like, you may not trust their words or their decision, but if every single one of them are saying the same thing, there might be some truth, or some good reason behind their behavior and their decision.
And like, I'm not gonna lie and say that Alfred was never in those shoes where he fought Uthred and he was like, fuck you, man, I'm not following you. Like, he did that too. Edward is doing the same mistake though this time. Like, listening to your advisors is good. Like, when it comes to matters of the heart, when it comes to how he feels, his new wife, she was great at calming him down, and listening to her was good. He did that. Great. I liked it. Now, when it comes to Mercia and how the politics work in this place, listening to Aldham worked because he knows the place better, so you need to listen to his advice. That was great. When it comes to battle, when it comes to strategies,
listen to your best warrior, man.
Exactly. And then when everyone is together and they all side with Uthred, maybe it's time you start to listen to all of them. So I love Edward. I love what he's done in these past few episodes. He's been careful. I understand why. But now that you have all the cards and you know that time is of the essence,
it's not time to hesitate, man.
Yes, don't let your fear overcome you. Like, don't let that control you, because you're doing what you don't want them to do, which is let your emotions rule, even though he's trying not to make it seem like it's what's going on.
Yeah.
But like, it's the same with Uthred. Like, for once, everything aligns. Like, when he went for BEBBANBURG the last time, it was because, like, they didn't need him in Wessex anymore, but it didn't help anyone else. Like, it was personal. So he was kind of choosing to follow his goal instead of
personal. He didn't have the man to do it also, so he was mainly relying on surprise.
Yeah, because it was his thing. He was the only one pushing for it. Like, it did not benefit anyone else that he did that.
But now it does.
Now it does. Like, his need to get BEBBANBURG fits with not only his desire to get BEBBANBURG, but also his desire to find a safe place for his family, a place for his friends who can go back to Rumcofa. It also fits with the need for the others who went for him to save Elfwin, so follow Aethelflaed's wish. It also goes with Edward's wish to keep, Wessex his kingdom and stuff, and not Wessex, but the whole kingdoms together. It helps protect the Saxons against the Scots who are coming, and it also follows Alfred's dream. For once, everything fits. You gotta go for it.
Oh man.
As for Stiorra, I do hope like maybe getting Bebbanburg and giving her a place where she gets to calm down and think, because she needs a place where she can have time to grieve, and she needs a place where she can feel safe so that she can think about what to do next instead of, you know, being filled with adrenaline the whole time and having to make decisions on the spot and reacting, you know, without ever stopping to think and heal. So I think this could benefit her. Same with everyone who suffered with everything that Aethelhelm did to create war and stuff. Like, they all need a place to breathe and heal. So Bebbanburg is great for that. We need to make the cousin pay for what he did with Bjorka and stuff. Aethelhelm needs to die. He's been manipulating everyone. Like, that's the thing. He's good at it. He's really good at it. But everything he's telling his grandson and Helfwin, that's all because of him.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Edward who did those things, but he did those things because he pushed the buttons and stuff, and he made his play, and Edward had to react. So yeah, of course, like, they have a reason to be mad at Edward, but the reason why the whole situation exists is because of his manipulations. So yeah, his son has a right to be angry because yes, it looks like Edward is pushing him aside, he's marrying again, but his mom died because of his grandpa, and the only reason why his dad is pushing him aside is because of all the mistrust stuff that's been going on between the two, because of the grandfather, and because Edward doesn't want to fall into the trap that his father-in-law has created. So it's all him. Recently, it's been all him.
True. It's true.
But the kids, like, all they know is what Aethelhelm, I'm getting confused.
Yeah, bitch.
Has told them, like, that Edward never said the truth of what his father-in-law did to his wife, to his son. So the son doesn't know. Helfweird doesn't know who was behind it because they wanted to spare him, but now he's making these decisions, and it's fucked up, but I get it. But like, Edward being angry at his son, I'm like, yeah, you're mad, but don't you understand that you never told him the truth? So what do you think he's gonna do?
Once again, miscommunication.
It's always miscommunication.
Always.
But this time he needs to listen. Like, he's arresting them, so don't kill anyone. Still, please be your dad's son. You were in the shoes of these guys before.
You know what? I mean, yes, his son has been manipulated by his grandfather, but it's true that the fact that Edward did not take the time to sit down with his son and to have a really meaningful conversation. Yes, I did not love your mother, but she was like some sort of a friend or confidant to me.
Yeah, all of that. He never said that.
Like, I fell in love with another woman. I'm really sorry. I'm grieving that your mother is dead. I mean, they need to talk those things through.
Unfortunately, I mean, Alfred had the same
because
problem.
Right now, I know that he's pissed, but I think that his son is mostly scared. He doesn't want to get abandoned by his father.
It's all that, and his grandpa is taking advantage of that. And honestly, like, Alfred was also bad at this. Like, I think it's a thing that happens when you're a king or in a position of power, especially in those days where everyone is looking to you.
You need to be king before you are dad.
I think that's how they see it, because first, in those days, being a man and showing emotion and stuff, like, that wasn't really pushed forward. Like, you needed to be strong, a warrior.
Yeah.
You needed to, be respected. Like, it's all about being strong in the eyes of your people, and for a man to show love and weakness, it's not weakness, but show emotion and show care and stuff, like, some people could mock that. Maybe I'm mistaking a few decades and stuff, because I know it was true at least early 20th century. But I mean, I'm not surprised if it was true back in medieval times either. Like, it's the idea of what a man needed to be back in those days was fucked up.
Yeah.
And you
But
put
I
on
mean-
top of that the idea that he was a king.
Even more so for nobles, lords, and royals. I mean, you needed to put duty above all
Exactly.
else.
So when on
All
top of
else, yeah.
on top of the idea of what a man should look like and be like, with his family and with the people around him. On top of that, you add the king thing, which is a duty, which is someone that everyone looks up to. You're not the father of your kids. You're the father of everyone. So you gotta be there for everyone. So you don't really have time necessarily. If you want to do a good job, I think most of them would end up sacrificing their families, which is fucked up.
No wonder people become disloyal then.
And it's the fact that, when you're in the family of the king and stuff, like, you can't marry for love. You can't, do what you want to do. You gotta follow the rules. Like, there's no place for emotions or care or anything. It's all about duty. So, and with Edward's specific situation, you add to that the fact that his son he was born from an alliance which, he didn't care about. He lost his first wife and he had to be separated from his kid so he could be with this woman who he didn't like. He did call her a friend when she died, but I think it's because he felt guilty. He's been manipulated by his father-in-law. Like, he was surrounded by people he didn't care about, and the son was basically a product of that. So maybe it's like bad memories. Like, they never really connected because he wasn't allowed to connect with his son. He was with his mother, and he was, an echo of the the in-laws, which he always mistrusted and was always against, sort of. So it never really led to a great relationship with his son. And that's unfortunate because now it's being played against them.
Yeah.
Used against them. In any case, what a fucking great episode. What a great callback in the end.
I just wish that Ed was gonna just wake up and make up his own mind and decide to just go with Uhtred.
They did
because
say,
like they said, time is of the essence.
They did say they were gonna do it whether he wants to or not. So, and I'm like, dude, you gotta remember what you used to be because this scene happened. I'm not crazy. This scene happened with Alfred and Edward. And Edward did just like Aethelstad. He made the choice to side with Uthred and he went against his dad. And it led to victory.
True.
Do that again. Understand that, yes, now you're in your father's shoes, but be better. That's what he wanted for you. Oh, what great writing.
That was so great.
Great writing.
Alright.
Oh, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. It was so cool. We didn't cry for once. That was great. But it was like, I love this. I love this.
No one died.
No one died. People actually survived this episode.
Yep.
And I love this. This episode is so cool. Like, I missed the Alfred stuff.
Yeah.
So the callback here is just, but then he had to ruin it. But he's got a chance to do the right thing next episode. So thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the rest of the series, not the movie, but the next 2 episodes right away, they are on Patreon already. You can check them out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, next one will be on YouTube next week, guys. So stay tuned and we're gonna see you then. Bye. Bye, guys.